What in tarnation is going? Wow, we've been live for 39 seconds apparently, even before I hit the button. Great. Hey, what's going on, folks? Will Turby here, Fake Mike, Real News. What's going on? Hey, guys. Hey. Who's here with us? Who's here with us, guys? Leave us some comments. I'm joined here by Futoy. We'll be joined
What up, what up, what up?
And we're joined by the star of the show also, Justin G. Justin's time. Ooh, look at me. I'm hilarious. Comedic genius. Justin, good to see you again, brother.
Hey, man. So how's things? First off, I wanted to ask you, how's life?
Well, I've been going down a dark path lately, and
sorry to hear that.
Making some wrong decisions. I think it all stems from the time that my father said that I didn't have the body to be a pro wrestler. And that was 2 weeks ago. So I've been drinking milk. Just kidding. Everything's super fine here. Everything's all right.
Bud.
We're doing
That's
good. Justin.
How's it going, Justin?
Hey, how's it going?
Justin, meet Futoy. Futoy, meet Justin.
We've met before on the,
right.
on the America.
That's right. Yeah, you guys have.
Facebook page.
Yeah.
I checked back the video. It said it was 37 seconds, but you actually started when you were supposed to on the video.
Are we talking about my sex tape or this YouTube video?
This YouTube video.
I was going to say, because I've never went for 37 seconds. That would be a record. So what's up, Tommy V? What's up, Brandon? Good to see you. Joel, always good to see you. Hey, and we also got Brandon, who was on yesterday, too. His name is Examination United States.
Tom, what's up?
Yes, help me get a personal trainer. So you guys will see me at WrestleMania. That's the thing that I've been law of attraction. And that's the first thing I want to talk to you about, Justin, about is the law of attraction, man. I honestly remember one time I was telling somebody about how powerful Justin's law of attraction is.
Guys, it's so powerful. I've done so much. And I wanted to talk to you guys a teeny bit about the manifestation part. And kind of sometimes how it can backfire, though. Like, you don't want to do it too much because I've learned my lesson. So I'm not going to name any names because I don't want to expose this person. But I did a collaboration with a big, famous person on YouTube. And I went to California with him. Did all cool things. Very nice guy, down to earth. And so. Basically, he then, after everything, unfollowed me on Twitter and blocked my phone number. So that being said, do people take advantage of special needs people? Is that because I did absolutely nothing wrong? Because my platform is all about spreading, on 22Q and an awareness. So there's my Twitter right there, guys. If y'all want to go follow me right now, make sure to go follow me. I'm verified, so make sure to go do that right now. And help me get to 30,000.
Let me give you a proper introduction too. Before we start this off, I'll let Justin give a full introduction here, and we can get into it. But I mean, Justin suffers from a rare disability, I believe. I'm not a doctor or anything like that. And I just put in the chat. First of all, share this video, guys. Share this video.
Share it, guys. Share it.
And also, the Twitter's on the screen. Justin's links are in the description to his YouTube, his official website, and his Twitter. So they're already in the description. Thank you very much, Tommy, for finding the links without even asking. Very much appreciate it. Everyone, take 1 second to share this video. Twitter's on the screen. Please go over there. Let them know the fakest of all Michaels sent you. But Justin is a warrior who has this rare disability, and he's really the only voice out here speaking out, bringing awareness, and helping. And the first step to any problem is you have to bring awareness, because you can't solve a problem if you don't know that there is a problem. So Justin is bringing awareness to this, and he's been a great ambassador. He's been featured all over the internet, millions and millions of views, all over the news.
You name it, guys.
And it is something that you bring up, Justin. So, your point about how people with special needs are treated, and I wanted to get your take on that. But let's go to Futoy too as well, because historically, people with special needs haven't been treated the best. I was wondering if I could get Food Toys' take, and then maybe Justin, you can kind of delve into what it's been like living your life with as somebody that has certain disadvantages, and what that would be like living through that as a first person perspective.
And before we go, Tim, real quick, I just wanted to say to you guys on how I collab with this big, person on online on YouTube who has 20 million subs, and he was a nice guy, a genuine guy, down to earth, does so much nice things for people, but then unfollowed me on Twitter and blocked me on my phone. So I don't know why that happens. And Will and Fut Toy, maybe like I couldn't pronounce
That was
it.
Perfect pronunciation.
But if you all could kind of maybe explain maybe why that happened, what was the theory behind that? Because we did a great 22Q thing together, project video, and then he just unfollowed me like a few weeks later on Twitter and blocked my number. So
first of all, I want to say a nice one for coming out here, talking, being out, wearing your heart in your sleeve, in front of everybody. I mean, it's awesome. What I want to say is that possibly you never know what's happening in people's lives, right? So it's a good idea. It's a good idea not to be too judgmental, and not to take things too personally. Maybe the guy, and especially the guy who has a lot of subs and a lot of things, he probably has a lot going on. I'm not saying this is what actually happened, but it's a possibility that it's not personally directed at you. He just got so much on his plate that it can be a lot, right? He probably didn't handle it the right way.
No, I don't think he did. I don't think. Like he didn't give me an exclamation or anything.
He should have probably done that. That would have been a better thing to do.
Like he doesn't followed me. Like he doesn't interact with me. Like I haven't talked to him like within a year since we've done our videos. So I just feel like I'm just like behind him, like almost. But so Will, I wanted your opinion on this. Why do you think this happened? Why do you think some people are like that? And I wanted Will's point of view.
Well, it's the wisest reincarnation of L. Ron Hubbard, the fakest Mike, but the realest L. Ron Hubbard. Well, you know what? I can only what I can only say is speculate here. Again, it could be what Futoy's saying. It could be, maybe there was a miscommunication and
a mistake. And I try to think positive. I try to say maybe it was a mistake. It didn't mean to happen the way it did.
Maybe you shouldn't have burned a cross on his front yard. Maybe it was that. Just kidding. Justin would never do that.
No way. Who doesn't like that? Everybody loves that.
Cross on his front.
I'm a good kid.
Welcome.
No, everybody loves that.
Hello again.
I'm not sure if you were able. Mellows has been busy behind the scenes, so we just went live on Eyes on the Audit. Everyone, go check out Eyes on the Audit. Like, share.
What's up, Eyes on the Audit?
And Mellows came back. We were working on another website, clickety clacking away, and then Mellows just joined. Were you able to catch any of the beginning of this, Mellows?
I didn't. I was just rushing around trying to. I'm not very good at multitasking.
Well, it's been tough, man. You're basically working like somebody that is in one of those Foxtown factories. There, you basically work like one of those individuals. In all seriousness, this guy does work super hard. So again, you've met Justin before, 22Q awareness. We're gonna get back into that a little bit. He's asking my take on why, I guess in general, what's it like? I'm not gonna throw the question back to him. But, you never know. And then also something that is a very true thing. I believe it's true. I could be wrong on this. I can't overwhelmingly prove it, but I do believe in this. This is a personal belief, not to be confused with proof. There are some things I can prove. The Federal Reserve is neither federal and it don't have no reserves. And I probably didn't even put that together grammatically correct. And Futoy is going to be telling me how I did that. But there's certain things. The official 9/11 story, that's not true, right? So there's certain things. This is my personal belief. But I do believe that even the people that had the best childhoods growing up, we all experience trauma. And sometimes we're
I
too
did,
young.
for sure.
We all do, to varying degrees, some worse than others, of course. But that trauma has a lot to do with the person you become and the behaviors you have later in life. So what I try to remember is even when someone's like a real douche to me, or is saying like even hateful lies about me, or wants to fight me, or cuts me off in traffic, and I remember
all
that,
that
you know
crap.
what, all these people, they're going through some messed up stuff too. They wouldn't be acting this way if everything was good in life. If everything was good in life, there's no reason to be mean to people because you're going to be happy. But there's people, and
Amen.
we all deal with stuff every day. I'm sorry,
Amen.
Justin, but please continue. But I wanted to ask you the question and then
Yes,
say whatever you want
of
to.
course.
But what has it been like living life as somebody with special needs? Because people that don't live with special needs, they might not have an idea. Could you give us a glimpse into that world, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, as you guys know, as Will said, I spread awareness on 22Q, and so basically, I've had like high school people kind of block me and just not want to be friends with me for no reason, and just like it can be challenging at times, but also like it gives me like a superpower, like Spider-Man. Like I almost think of it like as Spider-Man because he's like my idol, and he's helped me through so much. And I've gotten so much hateful comments on my Twitter feed, um, and 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 one thing is when Elon Musk owns Twitter, I hope he takes those things more seriously going towards a special needs person. Because right now, I don't think the people over at Twitter understand that, and that's why they don't like get that account like off Twitter. So I hope Elon Musk, guys. I hope Elon Musk takes us people more seriously when it comes to people attacking us. I know it's free speech, but it comes to a certain point, and I've heard Will say this many times in his videos and in Mr. America's videos. So Will, I wanted your thoughts on that, and I know I texted you screenshots of everything that was said. Very hurtful, very so. Yes, it's free speech, but also it to a certain extent.
Yeah,
I've seen it many times.
I honestly believe, I believe in pretty much no limits except for the calling of violence for free speech. So,
Absolutely.
but what I think is a better thing to do rather than censor them is to actually do the opposite, is to not censor them, because you have your free speech too. And
I do.
well, and now look at it this way. Now, if for example, um, this dude, random dude, says a bunch of negative, hateful, uh, horrible things to you on those screenshots, instead of banning him on Twitter, well, what you do is you take those screenshots, you tweet it at them, and then maybe we let the free market of ideas figure it out. Instead of having, I think it would actually be better. And then instead of having that person just banned from the platform, that they have to stay there and deal with the ramifications of their words. Because as you point out, freedom of speech is free, but your words have consequences. And we don't want them to leave before they can deal with the consequences of the words. And again, I'm not saying consequences as in violence, it's in ramifications of people saying things back. If you're just joining or have never watched any of this, Fake Mike, Real News, what do we stand for? Nonviolence, an open but skeptical mind, and the Socratic method.
Guys, mark it.
It has been written, it shall be done.
And make sure to get this video to, I say, let's do 400 likes, guys. 400 likes on this video. And then maybe so we'll do a part 2 interview on next month, which is 22Q Awareness Month. So, but we got to get these likes up. So the more likes that we get, the more interviews we'll do together. Because I know all you guys seem to know who I am.
Yeah, and Justin, I wanted to ask you too here. You know, there have obviously been some negative things, but the beautiful part about your story is you've not only persevered through the negative times, but instead of adopting a victim mentality, you said, you know what, F this, I'm going to go harder. And so you've been successful, and not only successful on the internet, but also the mainstream. Tell people some of the shows, some of the situations you've been a part of. And what was that like? Because you're just a regular dude and you're going out here and you're taking something that's relatively unheard of and spreading it to millions of people, and you're able to get your word out. So any advice on how to get your word out? I mean, tell us some of those experiences and what they were like dealing with all these different people.
Yeah. So 22q is known as the 22nd missing chromosome. It affects your heart, speech learning, etc. And if you want, so basically the reason why I wanted to do this was because it's not heard enough. And I know autism, Down syndrome, autism, all that stuff is very well known. But I'm like, what if I could make a difference? What if I could show the world positivity on my platform, which is helping others with special needs? I mean, I've had people come to me saying, thank you for what you do. You know, you inspire me to keep going and pushing. And for anyone out there who has special needs, maybe fans of Will who have special needs or some kind of thing going on, and it's not heard of, I would say, like, post every day, like, consistently, like, make videos, like, tag other people. Like, people say, oh, like, don't tag them, don't ask to share, don't ask for. That's wrong. The way to do it actually is to say, please share this, please retweet this, because the more that you do that, the more people are going to see it. So sometimes you have to ask, even though it sounds needy, it's spreading that word out about 22q. And that's why people like Mark Hamill from Star Wars knows about 22q and knows my story, knows me, and he sees my tweets. And we've contact, like, we tweet, and he's an awesome guy. Mark is an awesome guy. I've talked to him a few times. And so that's
awesome.
So the thing, guys, is I want to ask you all this a question, okay? Because I've seen other people with special needs too. This guy Tank on Twitter, he has autism, but he doesn't allow that to stop him. He's an athlete. He's won many awards, and he's an inspiration to me, even. And he's an awesome guy, and people who have special needs on Twitter. So I want to ask you guys all this. When Elon Musk buys Twitter, right? Do you guys think that they're going to take the special need people more seriously on Twitter? And this is a question for everybody here. Will,
what do you think, Mellows?
Audits, and
what do you think about the changes there, and just in general? Not only his question, but in general, Mellows. What do you think about if Elon does indeed take over at Twitter? What changes, first of all, to people that have special needs, and then I guess in general?
There'll definitely be a lot more people with special needs if Elon Musk takes over Twitter. That'll be for sure. If Elon Musk takes over Twitter, it won't be because he wants to stand up for free speech or he wants to stand up for us normal people. It's because he probably wants to use that software somehow to integrate into his current platform that he's dreaming up, and to make even more billions, if not trillions of pounds. I mean, that's the only thing that drives people like Elon Musk. Nothing else. Not your free speech, not my free speech. He couldn't care less. I mean, we're not more than just squashed ants underneath people, the boots of people like Elon Musk and his like. That's what I think.
Futoy, what say you?
Well, I actually know a little bit about this because in an interview, Elon Musk said he's not going to buy Twitter because he doesn't know how many of the accounts are actually bot accounts. and he was throwing out numbers. He says, we don't know. It could be 50%, it could be 80%, it could be 70%. He says, we don't know. So when we try to market that to advertisers, they don't know how many of the accounts are real people. So we don't. They won't want to advertise to bots. They want to advertise to real people. So that kind of shows me the motivation behind Elon Musk's want to buy Twitter. It's to obviously profit from marketing.
Well, I think we lost Justin. He might come back in a sec. Yeah, this Elon Musk is. I'm not a fan of Elon Musk. You know, if anybody else was trying to put a Neuralink in your brain, you'd be pretty upset about that. Oh, here's Justin.
It was just a crash, but
Hold on, Justin, you got to start over because you got kicked or something before. We didn't start over, please. I'm sorry.
So yeah, actually, Elon Musk actually came into the Twitter headquarters today, and he is officially sealing the deal on Friday, and he's going to fire about 75% of the employees over at Twitter, meaning that he probably wants to find people that enjoy free speech. So I think that's part of his thing. But my biggest question is, how is he going to combat the bullying of special needs on Twitter? Like that's my thing. That I wonder how he's going to combat that, and how is he going to see that? Like what? So
well, you know what? He that'll be interesting to see. I don't think any one of us have a crystal ball on that aspect. But
we don't.
Going back farther, Lil Bam Man TV says, what's wrong with Elon Musk? Well, one, he says that we should merge with artificial intelligence and you should put a Neuralink in your brain that literally merges with your brain and has your synapses form with artificial intelligence, creating a symbiotic relationship. He also financed the company Tesla that has no Tesla energy. He's got all these electric cars and talking about the environment, mining lithium. How environmentally sound is that? It's not very environmentally sound. And then you got SpaceX. Elon Musk is not somebody I trust. Denizen X, as of course I always have to agree with Denizen X. Denizen X says,
An X.
Yum, hi, Yum. Good to see you. Denizen says, Elon is a billionaire oligarch
That's
like
true.
the rest of them, but this is a war of billionaire oligarchs, and I choose Elon as my billionaire avatar. Whack! No, Denizen, as your avatar. What the hell does that even mean? He's Doug. He wants to put a chip in your brain. Everyone would be so crazy if Bill Gates wanted to, but
God.
It's Elon Musk, and he's smoking weed, so he's cool. And like I don't know. If he really knew about Tesla energy, we wouldn't be paying bills no more. So
that's right. And I was saying to Will earlier, like when Elon buys Twitter, is that going to cause a riot in the streets and protest from all the people that are left? And that's something that came across my mind. I'm sure Will or Pute or I keep pronouncing the name wrong.
Guess what? You know, it's so cool because we're gonna clip this up, and this is gonna be the edit. This is gonna be the intro.
Your names are better. Your names are better than mine.
Oh my gosh!
They literally are.
Oh my
Yeah, literally going to be his new names from now on.
So I wanted you guys' input on that. So like me as special needs, I mean, people with special needs are really smart and they can think things that most people wouldn't think. But me as a special needs person who, thinks more than usual, than your average person, I do believe from the left, if the deal is sealed Friday, I do believe now I do believe there will be protests and there will be riots from those people. And Will and all you guys, I want to hear your guys' thoughts on that one. So I mean, of course, we don't want violence. We don't want, crazy protests. But I mean, I mean, if he does it for free speech, and because everybody wants to be in control of everybody, so I feel like that's going to cause some sort of war and also real life, more of like protesting and rioting, and so when everybody finds out Friday, like it goes down, my fear is that there's going to be a big like protest and riot, like all over the cities, and people being like, and Trump being back on Twitter, and I think it's going to cause a really big mess when it comes to protesting and rioting. So what are your guys' thoughts on this? Have you got like, has that even crossed your mind for 1 second for anybody? Anybody?
Yeah.
I honestly don't think there'll be riots. I mean, over Twitter. You know what? I think it's very hard for these platforms to combat bullying for anybody. It's not right for anybody to be bullied, just no matter what. If you've got disabilities or not, right? So I think it's very hard for them to combat. And something we've learned now on the internet is that if you're gonna put yourself out there, you have to have a really thick skin, right? You have to try your best to ignore the trolls because that's all they do. That's their
Yeah,
their main job is
I
just to
ignore 'em.
troll. Yeah, is ignore them because when you don't ignore them, you give them power, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like you give them power. So when I'm spreading an awareness on 22Q on Twitter, I might see something that's just like I just ignore it because I don't want to put my time and energy into it. But
Right.
but I did tell Will the chat logs, even though it's free speech. I do have a close friend who's a police officer, and they're already aware of the whole thing at Waltham PD in Massachusetts. So I don't think they're going to do much of anything, but they are aware of the situation. Clearly. Not to say I don't know if we'll do anything. I don't know. I can't say or what have you. But I did send the chat logs over to the authorities because wishing that someone was not alive. I kind of take that as a threat, in my opinion. So that's big reason why I sent that over to the authorities, and I know a lot of people at that station. And
Yeah.
everybody saw the tweets, and everybody is aware of it. I don't know if they did something with it.
Well, you know what? It's good you did that because if that person then does it to multiple people and does it more, it builds a case against them, right?
100%.
So it's a good idea to do that. But also, listen to the people who support you because they're the valuable ones. The ones who troll you aren't valuable at all. They're not worth shit, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Right?
And yeah. I mean, 100%. I mean, I just had to do what I had to do. And my friend, she, the one that's the police officer, she has it all saved on her phone and everything like that, the chat logs and everything. And
Nice.
and Will has it saved on his phone. And I don't know if he's going to expose this person. I don't know what I mean. It's up to you, Will, if you want to expose this person so everybody knows who he is.
I don't think we should do that right yet. Anyways, I think we should just lay low on it. Patience is good. I do want to we've been going a half hour now. I want to go to some of the people in the chat here for your questions and comments. I'm going to scroll back. If you guys have any questions or comments for anybody on the panel.
Sorry, Justin, you don't want to make them famous. You don't want to give them the attention they want. If Will was to do that, you're giving them what they want. They want to be in the limelight. They want people talking about them. Right? Just ignore them. That's their kryptonite.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Great piece of advice. Fatoy is a wise guy. He's a wise dude. All right, so let's get to these comments here. Put your questions or comments in the chat. I'm going to start with Yum's comment. Yum says, fake Mike. Look at the guy running for the Senate in Pennsylvania. He has it installed in the back of his head. I just did a cursory Google search, did not find it. If you want to send that over to me on either Instagram, Fake Mike Real News, or my email, fakemikerealnews@gmail.com, or if anybody wants to send that to me, or maybe put a link in the chat. I don't think you can put links in the chat. That would be cool, but that would be cool. Let's see. Welcome, Angel. I agree with the statement. If you knew anything about Tesla, we would have free energy. Yeah, we wouldn't have lithium battery. Denizen, I'm gonna skip to the next one. One Stop Energy is doing great work with Tesla's 369 math. vortex coils. Very interesting. Could you send me some information on that? Again, Instagram, fake Mike Real News, fakemikerealnews@gmail.com. Angel says, I don't trust any of these oligarchs. Me neither. Stone Cold Steve Austin, don't trust anyone. Denizen said, it's like Trump in the White House. Hand grenades are imprecise but situationally effective. I may be mischaracterizing what you're saying, but I don't see how anything was effective with Trump in the White House. He actually probably put us back even further than Bush and or Obama, in my opinion. Definitely pushed us further back than Biden, actually. So
Denizen X for the glory of the empire.
I don't know if Denizen is just trolling right now because he knows that our Zombie SG, what's up? Occupy your mind with more than one thing on your mind, Justin.
Absolutely, Tim.
It's
Shout
true.
out to you.
It's not easy too.
Shout
It's
out
not
to you.
easy to do that, right? And we'll get your questions or comments on there. And while we're talking about rare disadvantages and disabilities, if you guys could please support my MySpace. I do deal with micropenis. A lot of people don't think it's a real thing, but it is. It's very sad. It doesn't get you laid very often. A lot of unsatisfied customers, a lot of crying, a lot of wow. So support hashtag micropenis. All right. In all seriousness, guys, Justin, I'm gonna wrap this video up because I've got so much more to do. Let's get to a couple more questions or comments here. Let's get to one more question or comment.
Comments, concerns.
But before we go, Justin, tell people, I gave you the links in the description. We've got your official website, your Twitter, and your YouTube. What are some other places that people can find you? How can people donate? How can people support you? What's the best way to get in touch?
Yeah, so just hit me up on Twitter. I think the best way is to tweet me. And help me get to 1,000 subs on YouTube, because then once I do, I'll post more videos then. And on Twitter, make sure to get me to 30K followers on Twitter. And I know you guys will do that, I'm sure. And one thing I wanted to mention, like about Elon Musk on Twitter, getting back to that real quick. Somebody said that the SpaceX is actually a time machine and some sort of time travel thing and I found it on TikTok, which I found a little interesting. So I don't know what you guys' take on that is, but I find that a little interesting. SpaceX and time travel.
Okay. I've never heard of that.
I'll give my opinion last week. Be there to hear it.
Okay. Yeah, actually, yes, that's true. And I was going to end this, but Joel says, Denizen said Trump was a hand grenade in a closed room. It was advantageous if you're looking for an explosion. Hey, Denizen, want to stop talking metaphors and just tell me specifically what you mean? It's like you open a Pandora's box and it's encrypted in an enigma, wrapped in a puzzle, in a quiz, and a haiku. No, just tell me.
He went there. Oh, he went there.
And then Joel, when you get older, you see that Trump did a tremendous job for America. Okay, can you name me one specific thing that Trump did that benefited America? One. Can anybody name me one thing that he did? And then Denizen with another metaphor. Trump is like a bird, he wants to fly away. I don't know. Oh yeah, thanks Citizens Broadcasting Cooperative. Very much appreciate that. Trump made questioning the election media mainstream. No, well before Trump came, there was a poll that said 6% of Americans trusted the news. So we already didn't know that. We already knew that. And then, were you around, Denizen, for hanging Chads? Remember hanging Chads? I'm old enough to remember the first two Bush elections were very controversial, right? They had to go after the election. Just like this ain't shit that nobody didn't already know. We already know about Diebold voting machines. We already knew not to trust the media. He didn't do that. He didn't invent that.
But Will, if you had a choice, right? Even though we know all how shitty Trump was, who would you rather, Hillary Clinton over Trump?
Let me ask you the same question in a way that Denizen said it. Hey, Futoy, I'm gonna rape you. Do you want a red or a blue condom? Which color condom would you like me to rape you with? How's that
Um,
for a metaphor, Denizen?
Oh,
Um,
not the Hillary
nice
one.
number.
Not the
Yum,
Hillary one. I think she was far worse than Trump would have been for the country, for
Fetterman
the
Senate,
world.
Pennsylvania, closed caption required for hearing. Hey Siri, show me web results for look up that idiot. Hey Siri, show me results for Fetterman Senate, Pennsylvania, closed captioning required for debates. On it.
Okay, I found this on the web for songs for
Okay,
Fetterman Senate,
screenshotted. I'm gonna look into that. Let's get your thing. Get your question. We're no
All right.
longer.
Yum wants you to read the question above.
That's what I did. That's
Oh,
what
that's
I
what
did.
you
I
read.
believe that
All
was
right.
the comment she was referring to.
Okay.
I'm not sure if Yum is a male or female, so that could be sexist that I just said that. So I'm sorry, literally sorry.
Or non-gender.
Non-gender, exactly. Or yeah, I'm literally serious about that.
That person.
Yeah, and I want to take 1 second to say something, right? I literally lost subscribers and people got triggered. And I just want to tell you guys a story behind this too, because I went to a drag brunch. I was in Cape Cod this past weekend. My family, members of my family, well, not both members, somebody from outside of my family was marrying somebody from my family. They're getting married. And I was out there for the weekend. They're like, oh, let's get lunch. Okay. So, breakfast. We went, get breakfast. And there are people in my family that are gay. And I chill with everybody and anybody. Now, this is not a drag queen story hour where there's like anybody convicted of anything non-consensually hanging out with kids. This is a restaurant. It was all adults. We was chilling. People were like, oh, I got triggered over there. Oh, I got triggered. Like if and this is the thing that gets me so upset. Republicans are more upset with the drag queens than they are with Trump shutting down the Constitution, continuing the illegal wars,
Yeah, that's
bootlicking the
crazy.
CIA,
That's crazy.
continuing the wars. Like the thing, like they're like, oh, some of those
Your priorities right. Like,
some of those
Jesus.
drag, but Putoy, some of those drag queens are pedophiles. Oh, you don't think the people hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein and Trump
Yeah.
were that? You don't think that same thing? Only a little bit worse? I mean, hello, McFly, hello, anybody home? I see Justin over there. He's got the
FYI, nobody attached to Epstein except for his assistant was prosecuted. No prosecutions happened.
no, except for Ghislaine, maybe.
Yeah,
And so
except for
Joel, I
Ghislaine.
love you, Joel, but you're not listen to Trump's old interviews. Politicians always say good things in interviews. Read my lips, no new taxes. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. I will, like, it's on and on. Trump is not a bad person. He cares about America. Okay, Hitler cared about Germany. But the problem was he had a deranged idea of what Germany should look like. Trump could hypothetically care about America, but he doesn't understand the Constitution. If he did, he wouldn't have committed treason when he signed an emergency executive order shutting down the country. He wouldn't have, if he cared about the Constitution, he wouldn't have continued these illegal wars. He wouldn't have bootlicked the CIA. JFK said, I will shatter the CIA into 1,000 pieces. That's how a man talks. That's how a man talks. Trump says, nobody loves the CIA more than me. I'm going to lock up. Yeah, remember Trump's old interviews? Yeah, I'm going to lock her up. Everyone was like, lock her up, lock her up, lock her up. Build that wall, build that wall. Guess what? Where was the freaking wall? Didn't happen. Hey, guess what? As soon as Trump got elected, let's take it easy on Hillary. She's been enough. We've been enough together. Let's go have another a Jesuit dinner with Hillary and Fauci and Biden and myself because we're all Jesuits. Oh, yeah. They've been so hard on Hillary. We've been so hard on her. Let's.
I've pulled this quote up. We're talking about presidential quotes, right? So this is one of your presidents of the USA once said, "There's an old saying in Tennessee. I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me, you can't get fooled again."
Hey guys, I just want to say, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna head out. it was an awesome time spending time with you guys, chatting about 22Q and other cool things. So thank you guys so much for having me on the show and me being able to share my voice on 22Q. Make sure to follow me on Twitter. Get me to 30,000 followers, guys. Okay, please.
Links are in the description to all
Links.
Justin's platforms. Please support Justin.
And
Thank
my
you so
YouTube.
much.
Get me to 1,000. Get me to 1,000 subs, and I'll tell you guys I'll post more videos. Okay.
Awesome.
Love you,
Awesome,
Justin.
brother.
Thank you for joining us. It's
Of
always an
course.
honor. You enjoy
Stay
your
true. Stay true.
All right, guys.
Thanks, Justin.
And life loving.
Of course.
Good
Bye.
on you.
Look, Danny says the wall didn't get finished because of Biden. He had 4 years. He said he was going to do two things: lock her up and build the wall. Didn't do either of them. He said he was going to drain the swamp. And it's funny because then I thought if you were going to drain the swamp, why would you meet with Henry Kissinger multiple times? Why
He
would
wouldn't have anywhere to live if he drained the swamp.
Because Trump is not a man. Trump is not a man. He has no balls. If you were a real man, you'd face Henry Kissinger face on. But you didn't. You'd face the Bilderberg group face on, but you didn't. You sent Wilbur Ross there. Who's Wilbur Ross? Oh, Wilbur Ross is the Rothschild banker who bailed out Trump when he went broke in the 80s. And he's also a close friend with Jeffrey Egg Salad Sandwich, also a member of the Bilderberg Group meeting. So if you're going to drain the swamp, why are you hanging around with Henry Kissinger? Why did you hire Alex Acosta, the guy that gave Jeffrey the sweetheart deal that allowed him to leave prison and keep raping children? Why would you hire a man that allowed that? Trump actually knew about what was going on, court documents revealed, for at least 10 years and only said anything because they both wanted the same piece of real estate. Then he hired Skull and Bonesman Steve Mnuchin. Oh, let's drain the swamp. What's the swamp? The CIA, the Federal Reserve, the Bilderberg Group. Instead, he loves the CIA. He adds new members of the Fed, and he sends members to the Bilderberg Group, and he hires Skull and Bones members. He hires Rothschild bankers and all of Jeffrey Epstein's friends. He actually got Alan Dershowitz, not only Jeffrey Epstein's bestie, but who's accused alongside Jeffrey Epstein. And also he hired Alan Dershowitz, who openly said it should be okay and consensual to have sex with a 14-year-old girl. Trump hired the guy. Talk about draining the swamp. The guy
That's
accused
crazy.
directly around this. Look all this shit up. I've covered it in all my own videos. Look at one of the old videos, Trump Rise of the Moors. I put it all up on screen and more.
Didn't he hire a guy that was in the Ku Klux Klan or something, or was that just a rumor?
What's your solution? I'm going to say one more thing. What's your solution then, Will? As I've always said, you can't vote your way out of this. There's no way. Because even if, let's just say hypothetically, that Trump did some fucked up shit in the first one, but he got tutored by the best anarchist thinkers and the best philosophers to tear down the deep state, and he's coming back and he gets elected, and boom, in 2024 comes back. Well, guess what? Doesn't change anything because he doesn't have the power to shut down the Federal Reserve. Technically, he does, but he won't. He won't shut down the Federal Reserve, the CIA. So, I mean, even if Jesus Christ came back with Buddha and they ran for 20 consecutive terms, that doesn't shut down the CIA. That doesn't shut down the military-industrial complex. That doesn't shut down the Federal Reserve. We cannot vote our way out of this. And that's not saying violence. We have to remain nonviolent. But you can't think changing a puppet. The lesser of two evils is always evil. And we're in this position because we're choosing the lesser of two evils. And we just, every 4 years, we're like, duh, I don't like that guy. Let me pull the lever. Oh, I'll try somebody new. That's not changing anything. It's not changing anything. Sorry. It's not.
Can we get Denizen up? Can we get Denizen? Come on up, Denizen.
Sure. You can send him the link.
I don't have him anywhere.
I
try to ignore him as much as possible. Nah, I'm joking. He's a good guy. I don't have him anywhere where I can send the link to.
He discredited the system and lifted the veil. No, he didn't.
This could be a really good debate.
I can send him a StreamYard link on Discord.
Yeah, do that, please. Okay. Are you into coming up, Denizen?
You guys talk real quick. I'm gonna run to the bathroom because I've had way too much fluid. So you guys chat amongst yourselves and take conversation from the chat there.
All right. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Will is anti-Trump in the sense that he's only against Trump and not the others. I think he's against them all because they all are, in my opinion, just puppets. You know, and we're not being told the truth. We're not being told how it really is, in my opinion. You know. Yeah, I don't know. That's. I don't know if we should put it like that on this particular live stream, Denizen, but yeah, I mean, when was the last good U.S. president? Would you say, Mellows? I'm thinking JFK, but a lot of people are saying he ain't good either. I mean,
I couldn't say. I don't know. Good president.
a president that wasn't a puppet. I mean, a real president that was for the people.
But I think that's you just literally they're all puppets, right? I mean, the ones that are not puppets are dead. Okay,
Right.
and it's just simple. You know, the likes of well, they're not elected. I mean, it's a lot easier now just to discredit them than it is to just put a bullet in their head. It's too much unwanted attention. You're muted, man.
Yeah, why am I coming back to hearing that bullet in your head?
Sorry.
Disavow. Just kidding. I'm sure Mellows, whatever you're saying, in great taste.
It's just saying that the only good president. I was just saying the only good president. I mean, is kind of.
Is a dead one. No.
No, I mean anybody
guys.
that's not a anyone that's not anyone that's not a puppet has ended up with
Dead.
Okay.
You know.
Well, what about
suicide?
Reagan?
I don't know.
What about Reagan? You don't have to agree with his policies. That's all I'm on about. I'm not on about the policies. I'm on about somebody who's real.
Reagan took a shot to the shoulder.
Yeah, he did.
Remember?
He did.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't like anything.
And then he got back in line.
Yeah, I don't like his policies, but maybe he was real. Like maybe he was the real thing.
Wasn't he instrumental in the taking us off the gold standard?
Well, my opinion on Reagan goes as follows. Not only did he commit war crimes, not only did he use the CIA to destroy the black community through crack cocaine, not only you're right, he was shot. There's an interesting perspective there. Allegedly, he was against George Bush, then takes George Bush as a running mate, then he gets shot. He supposedly was against the Trilateral Commission before, but then in 1984, he had a luncheon for the Trilateral Commission at the White House, which is quite illegal. Maybe not illegal.
I think it was for us in the UK. It was Margaret Thatcher. From my memory, it was Reagan who took us off the gold standard and sold us over onto the fiat currency debt-based system that we have today. So yeah, thanks, Reagan.
Yeah, and Reagan, and a drug dealer is actually cool, but he was a terrorist because people like drugs. You know what I'm saying? Not all drugs are created equal, but he wasn't a cool drug dealer. He was an evil, maniacal drug dealer. So yeah, I agree with that, Denizen. Yeah, let's see.
Just say no, wasn't it? Wasn't it him? Just his campaign. Just say no.
Just say no.
Yeah, it was big time against drugs, but that was more his wife.
No. That's what you got to do is just say no.
Yeah, I mean, taking it.
That's simple.
I'll get to a final few questions. We'll go for like another 10 minutes here, but we'll get some questions or comments in the chat. Just taking it back. I mean,
war on drugs.
The war on drugs should be dead soon. Hopefully, I'm hoping that's the case.
Yeah, he was the one that started it, wasn't he?
Say again.
Wasn't he the one that started the war on drugs? Wasn't he the first one? Or was it Bush?
He ramped up the war on drugs. Bush ramped it up. Technically, it was the United Nations, and Richard Nixon adopted it, but it didn't really get pushed until the Just Say No, until the Reagan days, and then it got even more ramped up with Bush, the first Bush. So yeah.
So yeah, cheers, Reagan.
When you went to the toilet, I made a point. I don't know how true it is. Maybe you could comment on it. Is that I said that you sound like you're anti-Trump, but I don't think you're actually anti-Trump in the sense that you're anti all of them. You're not anti-Trump and pro-Biden, for example, or pro-Hillary. You're against them all.
Yeah, I mean, there are politicians that I like better than others. My favorite current politician in the U.S. system is Justin Amash, Amash. I definitely recommend people checking him out. I think he's got great ideas. I just looked through his Twitter. You guys would love it. But yeah, I mean, I definitely don't like Biden either. I don't like most of them. But Trump in particular, I mean, the people that get to these high levels, I mean, they end up doing really evil shit. Trump did some really evil shit. Like some of these Trump people, they're literally what they claim the left is. They're so deranged and they can't think of any facts to support themselves. Like they literally laugh at the left because you guys don't know facts. And then I've asked for years now, name one positive thing that Trump has done, something that it's tangible, something that I know. He exposed the media. No, he didn't expose the media. The media been exposed. You're like give me one thing that he did for America. If he was in there for 4 years and he's promising to lock up Hillary Clinton and build a wall, and the only thing he did is expose the media, bitch, I've been known that. We all been known that for a long time.
He could have pardoned Julian Assange. He could have pardoned Edward Snowden. He could have pardoned.
Somebody needs to do that.
Load of people. He didn't do nothing.
Even Obama commuted the sentence of Chelsea Manning. Even Joe Biden backed out of Afghanistan. Sure, he did it in the worst possible way ever, but at least he ended those illegal wars. I mean, Obama said he was going to get us out of those illegal wars. Obama said he was going to stop the NSA spying. Trump didn't do none of that.
Trump said he promised to drain the swamp, and the swamp seems to have gotten deeper. Right? That's what I can say.
That's where he lives. He lives in the swamp. That's his home.
Yeah, he's turned out to be one of the big alligators in the swamp.
And then the Q says Trump started no wars. Well, I mean, that's a pretty like standard. I mean, that's a unusual standard. He's good because he didn't start any wars.
Well, neither did Obama. I mean, Obama didn't start any new wars either. He just continued the Bush wars. And so Trump didn't start any new wars, but he certainly continued them. He also
lit the match to an almost civil war. I mean, it's divided the country. He's literally the most successful person who's divided the country more than any living president in history.
I really think that Mellows, you're hitting on the most important thing, and don't forget his continued drone strikes. Don't forget him striking Syria. That's also a war crime. He didn't declare war. Anytime there's any military action whatsoever without the express written approval of Congress, it's a war crime. So Trump continued the war crimes of his predecessors, continued the illegal wars, and committed his own war crimes. So he may not have started an illegal war, but he could have with those strikes in Syria. And Mellows, again, always brings us back, hits on the most important point here. This is the point. I think, this is just a theory. Can't prove this one. This is not one of those facts. I think that the CIA realized that, okay, they threw Obama in there, and they're like, all right, that should shut the people up for a little while. He's charismatic, first African-American ever. People love this guy. But that wore off pretty quickly. So I think, as Mello said, they always want to divide and conquer as best as possible. I think Trump was the perfect candidate for that because I can see how half of the population would see that he's imperfect, but, he really cares about the United States and he's going to drain the swamp and he's a white knight in shining armor. And I could see also how the other side of the population would say, what the hell? This guy's insane. Perfect divide out of conquer. And then also what that does is Trump will take things that, like, we would want to say, like, drain the swamp and the media sucks. And then now all of a sudden, if you say that, you're related to Trump. So you you don't
demonized it.
So it's an effective way to demonize the truth. It's an effective way to divide and conquer. And I really do think that's what it was. I do think that I mean, they're all a part of this club.
Yeah, I also believe it was damage control for the
And one more thing, you're right, Denizen. I actually remembered as I said that. Um, you're right. He did start Libya and Syria. You're absolutely right. You're totally, and thank you for correcting me on that. That's not what a war crime is. Maybe not, but in my definition, if you do anything, I mean, technically it's a war crime because it has to be. Because would have to be in war. But I would also say that. So what would you say? What would you
crimes
say?
against humanity.
That's what I was going to say. Maybe crimes against humanity, but they're also war criminals because I would say if it's an because it is a war. It's an illegal war just because it's not like Vietnam was a war crime, right? Just because
It's a war doesn't make it right.
yeah. So I mean, there are crimes happening and it's a war. So technically, I would say so. Maybe there's some better verbiage, and I'm open to that.
Well, if it's an illegal war, then everything that happens in that war is illegal. Obviously, but it has to be because it's an illegal war in the first place. So if it's an illegal war, when you kill somebody, it's murder, right? But just for us Europeans that aren't as woke as Mellows, right? Was Obamacare good or bad? Because that's all we heard over here in Ireland is Obamacare. Yeah.
Is that to me?
No, to Will. But I was saying for us Europeans that aren't as woke as Mellows.
I take offense to that word.
for us Europeans who are not as not sleeping as Mellows.
Yeah, I'm definitely wide awake.
Yeah,
I have trouble sleeping, so I've got to do something with my time.
Long story short, anytime a government forces you to buy a product, that's fascism. Whenever government works together with corporations, that's fascism. And again, as we saw yesterday with Brandon, the medical system. This is just one example. We've had many, but fascism, short answer. And one example to back that up is Brandon has seizures. And instead of solving the problem or trying to cure it or diagnosing what's causing it in the first place, they threw a bunch of medications at him. He continued to have seizures. They were supposed to call him. They didn't call him. And then they dropped him as a patient. So he's basically screwed. His tax money pays for that. And he wants to go look for an alternative doctor. He has to pay out of pocket. So right. It's fascism. It's fascism in its finest sense. Let's get to a few more questions or comments. I want to give Food Toy Mellows a few final words here, and we'll wrap this up. We've been rocking for an hour, and I appreciate it. Food Toy Mellows, why don't you guys each take the floor for a second and tell people what you're working on, any final comments, questions, anything you want to promote.
Will, you're looking pretty fly at the moment. Why is that?
Well,
how can we look as fly as you?
I'm glad you brought that up. Fake Mike, Real News, and the Snappy. That's right, guys. You can start ordering these now if you want to message me on Fake Mike Real News at Gmail. Fake Mike Real News at Gmail. MIC spelled just like this. Fake Mike Real News at Gmail or Instagram. Fake Mike Real News. Send me a message there. I can send some out for some donations at this point. But we have the all-new FakeMikeRealNews.com, which will be debuting very soon with the store. We're also going to be having some merch from Beer Britain audits, from everybody, from Grim Reaper, from Mrs. J, PsyOp TV, everybody. So it's going to be really cool. So yeah, if you guys are interested, we got snapbacks, hoodies. If you want one, put one in the chat. And we'll get these out there. But I appreciate that promotion. Yes, because yes, as I forgot who put it to me. Hey, Will, you want to be a revolutionary, but you always wear Nike slave shit. Well, guess what, bitch? I'm not anymore, and I might still here and there, maybe, but I'm gonna try not to. And now I gotta find a way to make some sneakers. Brandon, awesome, man. Message me on on fakemicronews@gmail or Instagram. We'll get you out one. For some donations. Dumpy and Sniffy are same team, people. Wine me says. I like the way you put that. Go ahead, Futoy. Sorry, continue.
Sorry. Keep an eye out, guys, for Vigilante Media. There's some big things happening there. It's gonna fly off the handles. So I don't want to say too much. Can't give away too much. But Vigilante Media, keep that in your head. It's coming. Big things are coming.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to have to take it up a notch, aren't we? Level
Really?
up over 9,000. So, so a lot of new things coming on. Some new merch stores, some new websites, some good things happening, some really good ideas, some projects on the go. We're always looking for some help. Anybody who's interested in becoming part of the community and rolling up their sleeves and getting active, let's step up. Get in touch with Will. We're more than welcome to anybody who's willing to. Any it could be graphic editing, it could be video editing, it could be something that I haven't even thought of. It could be programming. It could be, if you just need the willing, who knows? You might even learn something. I guarantee you, actually, you will learn something. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what, guys? Let's give something back, right? I'm gonna pay for a Fake Mike Real News T-shirt, and anybody who emails Will and tell him why you're interested in activism, right? He's going to pick one of the stories out, right? He's going to read it out on the channel. You tell him if you want your name included or not, and I'm going to pay for that T-shirt to be sent out to you. All right, let's do that. Is that
Great
good, Mike?
idea.
I'd
Yep,
just like to say one more thing. I'd like to say that in this world, we can't rely on the likes of the Batman, the Donald Trumps, the Elon Musks, these false prophets, these people that are only after their own interest. If you want to solve your problems, you have to literally solve your own problems. So here we have a community of people who are willing of pure altruism. We're willing to.
We got Denizen in the background.
Denizen, I gotta go. Sorry, this took too long. But Denizen, if you're around tomorrow, I'll gladly do a stream with you guys again tomorrow. I appreciate it.
Sorry about that, Denizen.
Too long. I've already went longer than I said I was gonna
Yeah,
go.
that was my fault. I'm sorry.
The second time.
Denizen, jump over to Jitsi, mate. Come and see us over there.
Yeah. But Joel Vetters, again, I don't think the world will ever be a utopia. That's not what I'm trying to say. I do think it's a utopian idea to give a small group of elite wizards power and think you're going to come out. I think think you're going to come out with freedom. I think that's the truly utopian thinking there. But Joel, I do appreciate your questioning, your criticism, and we'll continue this chat as we have the last few streams. I want to say thanks to Justin for joining us. Make sure you support Justin. His links are in the chat. I want to apologize again to Denizen. Denizen is a very great free thinker. We'll have ourselves a little old-fashioned debate, word fight tomorrow.
Yeah, I think it'd be a pretty good debate because both of you are pretty chilled and relaxed.
Yeah, that's one way to describe me. I'm the most relaxed motherfucker out there. So
don't forget, send Will those emails. I want to see a winner.
Yes, fakemicronews@gmail.com. Fakemicronews@gmail.com. Me, Futoy Mel's will come up on air here, and we'll pick a winner. And
we'll get that T-shirt out to you guys.
Yeah, so we'll get a T-shirt or snapback, whatever you pick. Thank you guys for joining us. Fake Mike Real News on all platforms. Check out Futoy. Check out Eyes on the Audit, and we'll see you again soon. Peace.